That used to take the bodies to the morgue.
Many of us would love to talk to the dead or be able to predict the future. We feel his presence there. But sometimes being paranormally inclined isn't all it's cracked up to be.
I just felt what it was like to be shot.
On this episode of True Life, you'll meet 3 young psychic mediums who must overcome non-believers, intrusive spirits,
I was feeling like a tug, like at my arm.
and the pain of bereaved loved ones as they try to use their powers for good.
There's something he wants you to do right now is to find your smile again.
Chris helps his clients communicate with lost souls.
Just know that when it came to how he passed, he didn't feel a thing.
But the emotional nature of his work is making him worried it will lead him to depression.
I feel like I'm obligated to do this work because not everybody can.
Sammy Jo's relationship may blow up because her boyfriend is afraid her psychic abilities are the work of the devil.
Are you scared? I do see dead people.
And they were just 17 years old. I'm actually able to feel the pain, especially when they're trying to talk about how they passed away. All right, guys, ready? My name's Chris, and I'm a psychic medium. The first thing, right out of the door, you must have lost a son, and they make me feel like he's not physically sick. Who are you connected to who passed from suicide?
My son.
Why does he make me feel like he wants to let you know that he didn't hurt anybody?
He was a software patent attorney, and he missed a filing. And he lost a lot of money for this person.
He feels like not only did he screw up his life, he screwed up yours. It's a big deal for him to let Dad know that he doesn't want you to take the one day that he took his life to overshadow all the years that he had with the family. Because I really think the only thing that there's something he wants you to do right now is to find your smile again.
It's not easy.
My first encounter with the afterlife was when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I remember it was the day after Christmas, and I just remember hearing a voice of a man. The voice told me that if the phone is to ring, go over to your grandmother and tell her that I love her. The phone had rang, and she found out that her longtime friend had just passed away. I remember going up to my grandmother and connecting with her on a certain level. Over the years, I've learned to control this gift, so I'm able to help people communicate with those who have passed on. But lately, I feel overwhelmed with the amount of grief that I encounter every day.
All right, yeah. So what's going on with you?
A lot of readings lately,
Yeah.
a lot of clients, so it's definitely a stressful period of time.
When I used to go with you a lot, you'd be very tired and drained. What do you feel like after you do one of these readings?
It's hard for me to kind of forget it or delete it from my mind. When I spoke to a mom who lost their son and killed himself, I just felt like what it was like to be shot.
Well, why not just step away for a minute, take a break from what you're doing?
Because I can't. I mean, it's easier said than done, but I feel like I'm obligated to do this work because not everybody can. I've got to figure out a way to try to have a better grasp on how it affects me personally so that I don't wind up crazy or depressed, because what good am I in that way?
Do what you gotta do and make sure you take care of number one first.
Being a medium, you just have to learn to get it and deal with it and accept it. I simply want to be at peace with the type of pain that I feel every day.
I do see dead people.
Love you. Today, I'm doing a group reading at a dance studio. I'm always amazed when dozens of people come out to experience what I do. Hey guys, what's going on? You. Where's the impact related passing where we were involved in the truck automobile accident, there's a huge.
I just hit a deer. Okay, this thing was gonna come in your mind, and I don't know if you can.
Wait. So before I even started talking to you, they're like, oh my God, if he brings up the deer.
She's been talking about it all day. Like, I don't even want to go. I'm just gonna bring up the deer.
Are you connected to a male figure who passed away when I consider him a brother? Why does he make me feel like wrong place at the wrong time? Would you understand him not hurting himself, but having something happen to him? Either he made the decision and the conscious decision to get in the car. Don't blame the person who drove. And he's also making me feel like, have we forgiven them? Sorry. Did you have a feeling like I was gonna?
I hope that you would.
He's making me feel like, just know that when it came to how he passed, he didn't feel a thing.
He was sleeping
Okay.
when it happened.
Okay. You know what? That's God's way or his way for him not to suffer. Thank you so much. 99% of the time, this work has to deal with death. It's always a downer. That's it. I feel like it's going to consume me.
That's all I worry about. We don't might not feel the pain that you felt when you gave the reading, but we feel the emotion that you expelled from it.
If I'm supposed to do this work, I guess I'm supposed to also try my hardest not to be affected by it. But it's a big undertaking. As much as my parents love me, they really can't help me figure out how to deal with this. Maybe it's time for me to find someone who can. Today I'm going to go see a therapist who is also a grief counselor. Hopefully she can give me some helpful advice on how to control the side effects of being psychic.
Have you ever heard of combat fatigue, compassion fatigue?
Absolutely.
You have some vicarious traumatization.
Yeah. I can totally see how the emphasis needs to be on making sure that somehow I'm able to let it out after a sitting.
You're a psychic medium. You're not a therapist.
Yeah.
And you can actually refer people to therapists that you know. You made the connection for them, and it gave them some kind of peace or solace, or right? But
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
I totally see how maybe I'm overextending myself and I need to make some boundaries for myself before I do burn myself out.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to be there for myself.
Absolutely. Very good.
This helped tremendously. I just needed to hear from somebody else who's been around reading people what to do to cope, so you look forward to continuing helping people. Because that's what I want to do.
How do you see dead people?
So I'm headed to this gig that I booked with a lady who wants me to be the guest psychic at her party. I've been working on not internalizing the grief that I encounter during my readings. I'm really hoping I can get through this session without getting depressed for once. What's going on? Hi, Taylor. Thank you for having me. Before readings now, I call upon my spirit guides to protect me from being personally affected by the energy that I come in contact with. I'm ready. It's now or never. Over here. Where's the Elizabeth Lane?
My grandmother's bosom.
There's a younger male that she's claiming that she has for the family. Who is
Trevor.
Trevor would do it for me. Didn't pass by some kind of tragedy, some kind of weak heart, something where I feel like the parents would blame themselves somewhat for what caused his child to become sick. Where's the mom? So is that you? Your sons make me feel like it's important that he lets you know if you have to move, it's okay. Don't feel like for 1 second that God took away your son because he's being some kind of cruel person. I feel like your son was brought into your life almost to test the people who would be greatly affected by his absence. But I want to let you know that you're passing the test. All right, thank you guys so very much. Thank you.
Thank you. It was great, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you for so much for being open, and I'm glad I was able to do this for you and your friends. So thank you so much. You're welcome. I really feel like I was able to help that lady find peace and closure, and not get too overwhelmed over the sadness of her son's passing. Good night, guys. There is no getting around the fact that I am meant to do this, and I love doing this. If I actually stopped doing this work for a elongated period of time, I think I'm sick. And I miss it. I would miss it.
I do see that, people.